Yeah, we have a meeting. Probably should go and buy some more water arrows. Although it's a new day, so we can loot some too. What is this? Crime report. I'm mainly checking this just to see if there are replenishment of some loot items would be. But the arrows to get replenished. We have enough equipment to go to the meeting at least.
Excuse me.
Let's see what we have to do after that. I would imagine access to a new area.
Hold on! I'm almost there! Now face me, coward. Yeah, go on then and run, Taffer. Evening.
Evening.
So we're there. Haven't even visited the clock tower section even once.
I don't like this part of town. Can't really say why.
So let's get to our little meeting.
You've returned with the artifacts, Garrett. Excellent. Follow me. Hello, Garrett.
The repetition of these three glyphs, here and here. Now is the Termanus Embolian.
The time's unwritten, the
Mirabanus
end
Deo.
of words.
And here, again the mark of the Fratelli
Brethren and
Traderus.
betrayer.
Yes, warnings. Terrible, Anvesagen
My hand pulses
Safaleri,
to my side,
Porta
doubly
Animus
cursed in
Potentium.
living death.
The prophecies are clear. There is much ahead to be wary of. Interpreter Kataka, your words are most useful to...
Clear as mud. Exactly what will happen, and what are we supposed to do about it? I'm still waiting to see a useful book.
We must first understand the unwritten times, if we are to prevent them.
First Keeper Orland demands immediate audience.
You've moved up in the world, Orland. Nice view.
Yes, I have. It's First Keeper Orland now, Garrett. Within these walls, you answer to me.
You called me here to remind me you're in charge? The job must not keep you very busy.
You inquired about books. Useful books.
That's right. You must have something in here worth reading.
You think you might shape events more skillfully? Read the signs more clearly? The prophecies...
Shape events? Interesting way to put it. I'm here now. Do you want my help or not?
Very well. This will admit you to certain areas of the library. Do not venture further. You will not ply your trade here, thief. If anything happens, you will be held accountable. Is this clear?
Perfectly. Perhaps you should translate for Kataka.
Search around the Keeper Library for clues about the Dark Age. Speak to Artemis before you leave. Speak to Keeper Isolder. Told you. Okay. What's this? I suppose we shouldn't be stealing here.
This is Orland's office. He is busy and has nothing more to say to you for now.
Has there been any progress, Elder Granger?
On which quest? The reacquisition of the Compendium of Reproach, or of its glyph key?
Either. We will need both items in our hands if we wish to make any headway into our research concerning the coming Dark Age.
There would be considerably more progress if the teams were allowed to consult with Interpreter Kataka.
Impossible. She seeks the Brethren and Betrayer, and her work must not be interrupted.
Then the answer to your previous question is no.
What will it take to...
Notice from the Council regarding the impending Dark Age. Since it is of utmost importance that Interpreter Kataka continue her quest to uncover the identity of the Brethren and Betrayer, she should not be interrupted for any reason. Well, this can easily be... They're gonna dump this on me for one reason or another, that's pretty clear. But it's gonna be someone else. Oh, okay. Also, several elders have been... excuse me. Several elders have been tasked with other urgent endeavors, including the search for the missing Compendium of Reproach and the glyph key that unlocks it. Compendium, a large golden slab sealed with a glyph, may contain prophecies pertinent to the Dark Age problem and has been missing for well over a decade. It is useless without the glyph key, which we believe may have gone missing around the same time. You have been assigned to one of the quest groups, and Elder will contact you.
Find them then, do you think? The Council would like time to prepare for the prophecies that are contained within the Compendium.
They have both been missing for so long, but I am sure with all of us continuing to scour the library and the compound for passages that refer to them, we'll have the precise answer within a reasonable time period. Meanwhile...
Keeper Ray. Journal entry. Why hasn't Council assigned a team for my expedition? They know the dangers, how the area is swarming with strange creatures. Else why lock the entrance so carefully? How can I do it alone? Still, they must have their reasons. Sunken Citadel holds many secrets, and though I am afraid, I also long to journey there again. Most importantly, of course, is the glyph key. How many years has it lain underground? Decades? We were so close with the first expedition. If only we hadn't been attacked. We'd have the key now, and Keeper Soledad, really, Soledad, would have still be alive. I'm guessing it's Soledad or something, but it's Soledad. Or is it? Yeah. Okay. Her death must not be in vain. I will retrieve the key successfully on this venture. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the animation.
Well, if this guy thought the glyph key was in this sunken citadel, I don't see why I shouldn't go look there. Sounds...
Yeah, this. It just puts an unnecessary delay on my ability to read. There are, more or less, if you want to do it, why put it so slowly?
Like it might be the Keepers are hoping to solve the Dark Age problem by finding this compendium and glyph key. I'm pretty good at acquiring lost objects. Maybe I can help.
Be careful.
What I would call a balanced response to the situation. He has so little control. It is unseemly and indicative of someone with ambitions, not the Keeper way.
Elder Draco?
Keeper Council Report. Keeper Rafe will be allowed to return the sunken citadel in an effort to retrieve what he believes to be the lost glyph key that opens the Compendium of Reproach. If this theory proves correct, then his success will bring us that much closer to a solution for the Dark Age. However, his request for a team has been denied, as more than one life was lost on the last expedition and we cannot risk another such contingency. Furthermore, without proof that the glyph key is located in the sunken citadel, it would be unwise for us to overextend our resources in what could be unfruitful despite the plenitude of valuables reported by Rafe. Lastly, the Council has deemed the citadel unsafe and forbids any keeper to approach the sealed entryway in the dark sewers without prior approval.
May I speak with you? I think I've found something in my studies. A connection.
Go on, and speak up, Scribe. I can barely hear you.
Well, everyone knows the Compendium of Reproach has been missing, and then last week I scribed a passage, and it read, "The Compendium will be borne by a terrible storm."
Yes, I remember the report. Interesting. Yet, no sign of any inclement weather, eh, Scribe?
No, but then, just a few days ago, a ship came into the docks area. Do you remember the report from Keeper Alcott? He said the ship had managed to get itself into port, though no one was left alive to man it. A plague ship. The crew. Undead.
Yes, it is indeed a tragedy, and a mystery, but I see no connection. A storm would not cause the ship to befall such a fate.
No, but the name of the ship, Elder Draco. The name of the ship is the Abysmal Gale. Is that not another way of saying terrible storm? This is the connection of which I speak.
Ah, I see your point. And the error in your thinking. The Compendium was lost ages ago. How could it possibly be on a ship that has just come into port?
But...
Enough, Scribe. I have important business to attend to. In case
what
you
a terrible
haven't
logic
heard,
that is.
there's a dark age approaching.
We don't know where the item was.
Thank you for speaking with me.
where the
Maybe
item
the
is
scribe
was
is
lost a
onto
decade
something.
ago, so
I should
any
check out this ship.
so it
the
cannot
Gizmo
possibly
Gale,
be
next time I
found
visit the
on
docks.
anything that's recent. Yeah, just it just doesn't make any fucking sense. In order for you to say if it's there or not, you'd have to have some kind of information where it is now, where it has been. I mean, yeah. There's probably better ways to have the elder dismiss it, because that's just retarded. You can't, even a child can see that there's at least some connection to it. At least the potential is there, something like that should have been admitted. Or if it was dismissed, maybe it should have just been put on to later. Or something like that, not given the urgency it needs. Okay, I want to run this by you before I bring it to an elder. Do you know how we search for the Compendium of Reproach in our efforts regarding the Dark Age? Well, I recently scribed a passage in which the compendium was mentioned. It said it will be born by a terrible storm. And later, we heard the report about the ghost ship. Yeah, it's the same shit. I don't like this gigantic level of retardedness, simply because it's like it would never ever in a million years happen. The information might easily be dismissed for various reasons, but not because of logic like that.
Look where you are going.
These guys aren't exactly our enemies, but it also I'm basically afraid that in order for this plot line to work, they're gonna resort to more of that retardedness, and it takes a lot of impact out of it. If our villain, for example, has to rely on something like that for us to have things to work, yeah. You can all. I can see you can more or less see if you watch any kind of repeat hero or villains in any kind of series, for example. They're usually painted as a threat, but you know that they're the villain of that basically is totally worthless piece of shit, that there's no threat from them. But the story makers try to present them as a threat, forgetting that they basically had them portrayed them as losers and retards over and over and over again. So what I'm saying is you can't rely. They don't have any kind of threat anymore. You've used it up. You made them into a laughing stock. You can't expect the person watching that series or playing that game to take them seriously anymore. They're a joke. So having to rely too much on that, some kind of I guess having I don't want to see the disconnect between what's actually threatening and what the game tries to sell me. If it basically the story only happens because the story writer really wanted it to happen. I mean that basically even simple logical thinking would have avoided all that. Then it loses a lot of its impact. That's what I'm afraid. Currently, that's the only sign of this type of retardedness, so maybe it won't repeat itself. Okay, Artemis, The passage I described below is all I could find on the subject you requested. Keeper Belias said there were other books, but we could not find them. Perhaps someone else is making similar inquiries. Balance, Keeper Osteria. Sentients, also known as artifacts, soul stones or relics. A grouping of 5 objects possessing special powers and what is thought to be a consciousness normally only associated with living entities. Presumably created as part of an ancient safeguard against the forces of evil. Examples include the heart and the chalice, also called the Pildar's Cup by the Hammerites. Efforts to confine all of the Sentients to one place for study have failed. How and when they came into existence is not known. Recommended further study. Okay, is the paw one of them too? So we're basically gathering up these Sentients then.
How would he claim that? And what about the scribes who were hurt? The glyphs they were scribing should be reported, and for now... Hello, Garrett. Orland informs me that you are to receive the Keeper Door glyph. You must perform the scribe ritual to do so. Place your hands into the indentations on the plaque behind me. That is all.
Kamal, bring me to the reference stack again. Stay close. I am tired tonight.
To all acolytes and scribes. It has come to my attention that some of you have not yet undergone the acolyte ritual, and that there have been unsubstantiated rumors about the safety of such practices. The acolyte ritual is a simple keeper indoctrination. It is completely safe and is mandatory for all scribes. After the ritual, you will be able to see and use the key door glyph. The importance of acquiring this glyph cannot be stressed enough. Without it, a keeper would be unable to see or open the myriad of secret glyph doors that have been placed throughout the city to mask our presence, bypass city gates, store supplies, and aid our maneuverability. The current citywide quarantine is a perfect example of the importance of the Keeper Door glyph, as with it we can easily pass between South Quarter and the docks using our secret door near the gate. If you have any questions, an elder can assist you.
Without my side, I fear I shall fall. Come, we have just a bit.
This glyph will allow you to see and open keeper doors. Look for this glyph on a wall and then you use it and the door will open.
Very well, Garrett. You now have all the powers of an acolyte. You are able to see and open keeper doors. Look for the glyph. Keeper Artemis also wishes to see you, I believe. Farewell.
Interesting.
This way leads to the Forbidden Libraries. I could sneak my way in, but I can't let any keepers catch me in there.
Okay.
Hi. What? Oh, sorry, I was deep in thought.
Where's Keeper Artemis? Scribe, when you are completely done with your other tasks, go to the Forbidden Library and retrieve for me the map of the Keeper compound. I left it on the 2nd floor. Okay. The trouble started when I asked permission to leave the library in order to visit the compound and begin research for a new paper. A treatise on us, the Keepers. Our history and founding principles. To my knowledge, no such book has been written yet, and it seemed a worthy endeavor. Our proposal was well thought out and included chapters on balance and the powers of glyphs. However, permission to visit the compound was not granted to me. In fact, my request was met with surprise and outright suspicion. Surely my idea was a good one, and I would be thorough in my research and truthful in my conclusions. But saying so only seemed to trouble the elders further. And today my duties were reduced. Would it be related to my request? And if so, why? I'm afraid to press these questions further. Besides, who would I ask? Oh, keepers have secrets too. I don't think the piss poor loot here is warrants. Basically, is worth the risk. Where would this go? Alternative path to Forbidden Library.
What is your opinion?
About the libraries? I think Orland is right to restrict Garrett's movements. These books are far too valuable to risk. Besides, there's nothing here in the Forbidden Libraries that a thief would want, unless that thief were the brethren and betrayer Arcadica seeks.
Then you do not believe.
What, the prophecies? I believe. I just don't believe it's Garrett to which they refer. Perhaps Orland is the one. Or one of us, perhaps. It seems logical it would be an elder. We alone possess the knowledge and skill.
Indeed. So you think it is folly to accept Garrett in our midst? His aid with the coming Dark Age will prove ineffective?
Of course. What can he do that we, all of us, cannot do?
I wish I were as sure as you, Elder Callow.
So, basically we're out looking for a map. I'm not interested in minor loot items at all. What is that? It looks like a treasure item, but I can't really make out. It sort of looks like a book. Could be something else too, so... A book. It's loot though. No. They didn't... I don't... It's not worth it. We don't have any such pressing need for money. We have more than we need already, so I don't want to cause trouble here. Just here for the map and information.
The Keepers are wasting their time writing about me. I'm a thief, and a good one, but I've got nothing to do with their prophecies.
The Matter of Garrett by Keeper Draco. Familiarizing yourself with Garrett's history and capabilities could prove essential should the time come when we no longer deem him necessary. Garrett studied with us until his early 20s, at which time he was offered the chance to proceed with the indoctrination ceremony and become a keeper. However, he lacked balance and instead expressed his intention to leave. Council voted we deal with him using the Enforcers until Kaduka informed us that Garrett was essential to overcoming difficult times ahead. And so our most promising acolyte left us. Garrett pursued the life of a criminal, and with the Keeper training we had given him, he quickly became a master thief. His abilities did not escape attention of certain individuals, and he was lured into a pagan plot that threatened the safety of the city. During that time, Garrett's eye was removed and used to power the eye, one of the artifacts we are studying. See Ogilvy's treatise on Sentience for more regarding the artifacts. Okay, so are there other artifacts similar to the eye then? After the threat was neutralized, Garrett obtained a mechanical eye from the Hammerites. Later, his thieving abilities revealed an excessive imbalance within the Hammerite Order. See the Mechanist Metal Age for more on this topic. True to Kaduka's predictions, Garrett had the abilities necessary to remove the threat and overcome our second trial. Now Kaduka has predicted a third Dark Age, and she believes Garrett will play a critical role, though the glyphs have yet to reveal if he will influence the outcome positively or negatively. What exactly are we supposed to look for here? Your landlord has been hiding blackmail money. A map to the Keeper compound is in the Forbidden Library on the second floor. Keeper Dower. I should have known better than to bring it up in front of the entire council. Still, my words had some effect. At least now there is the resolution forbidding it. I believe that will cause many to think twice should the temptation arise. Meanwhile, we should all be on the watch for the telltale signs. The dead animals, their life forces drained. It is not a love of creatures that compels me to speak out. No, they are pitiable but inconsequential. I can only speculate on how long a keeper could extend a normal lifespan in this way. 100, 200 years, maybe longer, but it would take more than vermin to accomplish that. And I, now that I possess the knowledge, can I truly say I too am not tempted? This is why I cannot remain silent. That and the glyph that Elder Beryl speculates must exist, though we have yet to find one that enables shape-shifting. What a potent elixir of glyph magics that would be. Oh shit. That's bad.
Must have a scribe replace that. There is nothing, and I have lessons to prepare.
That could have been bad. I assumed she was walking somewhere on the second floor. Please move. Thank you. Pagan situation by Keeper Tallow. Pagans have begun to infiltrate into more areas, using decaying infrastructure to mask their presence. They now have sanctuaries in almost every district. Diane, their high priestess, was the successor to the pagan leadership after the wood nymph Victoria was desiccated. Diane is often seen with a staff, although it has not been available for study. Her commander, Larkspur, is aggressive and dangerous. The two control a large number of shamans who invoke the powers of plants both to hurt and to heal. I believe the pagans are able to accelerate plant growth, such that it could rapidly culminate in a great imbalance. Recommend further observation. Yes, some magnificent threat right there. It's a person sitting on a chair. I even want to go in this general direction. Looks like just a treasure item. You can keep your treasures. Still, I do want the map. More than willing to steal the map. Although, is this the third floor? Guiding Acolytes to Their Destiny, Part 7, Enforcers, The Will of the Keepers. The call of the Enforcer is a strong one. Those who wish to augment their strength and swiftness, and those who wish to protect the balance at all costs are drawn to this dominion. Acolytes should know that once indoctrinated, an Enforcer can only communicate telepathically. The Enforcer's education consists of all manner of stealth training, and specialized weaponry must be mastered. After taking the vow, the glyphs are applied and the transformation takes place immediately. Once converted by the glyphs, there is no known way of countering the changes. Elders who are guiding acolytes along this path should take care in revealing the most sensitive aspects of the sacrifices involved.
Xavier would never have allowed it, but times are different, and Orland is first keeper now.
It certainly looks like this is just specialty loot.
I must tell someone about this.
Shit. I think I'll just run forward a little bit. Because I want to know what's here. Is this going somewhere?
In the scribarium. I am an elder and deserving of some reverence.
Or is this just loot? It seems that this is basically just extra loot for us. So I have no interest in this. So this is the third floor, basically has nothing of real interest.
Look who I found.
Yep, great timing. I don't think stealing is gonna make a massive difference no matter what. I think we're gonna get into trouble with the keepers, with at least part of them suspecting us to be a betrayer, no matter what we do. The thefts might be mentioned if we do it, but at the same time I don't think it plays any major role. So this level has the map. Has to have the map. That's the map. Okay, from the map. Docks, pagans, tavern, sewers, abysmal gale, fourth quarter, Karchak citadel. Entrance from the keeper library. Dining hall, dormitory, lower libraries, elder library. Orlan's quarters. Oh. Haluka's chamber. Lower libraries. Hall of statues. Old quarter passage. Where exactly am I now? I have to be somewhere here. No, there's no lower library map. Elders library. Keeper library. Keeper Council meeting. Xavier. Keeper Beryl has the floor. Beryl. I thank the Council and the First Keeper. Today I have prepared a report on the background of several missing keepers. My goal was to find common elements in their research that might lead to an explanation for their disappearances. Although there was no one thing they had in common, I believe I have found at least tangential evidence that they could be related. I'll start with Keeper Dover, whom you will remember for his rather unpopular theories about the nature of prophecy and especially his interest in corruption. Tabor. Keeper Beryl. The Council does not need a discourse on each missing keeper. Have you found a common element to their research or not? Beryl. Well, it's not that simple, I was trying to explain. Sovine. Perhaps Keeper Beryl has found several themes they all had in common. Beryl. The Council pleases. I have organized a report and would like to continue with my presentation. Tabor. I move that this information be disseminated outside of the Council forum so that each of us can review Beryl's findings separately. If necessary, the subject can be brought up at a subsequent meeting. Beryl. With respect to Keeper Tabor and all those present, this very subject has been delayed by the Council before, and I... Xavier. Enough. This meeting will be adjourned for now. Keepers Tabor and Beryl will report to me in my quarters. Yeah. Basically, they already know they have problems, but they're not doing anything about it. It's the typical rule by council crap. Probably politics being played. Some of them might very likely are in on it too, so nothing gets done. Even though there's every reason to sort of assume that there's trouble already happening. Okay. A lot of work for a map that isn't all that useful.
Good evening.
Good
Garrett.
evening.
I have troubling news. The Hammerites and the Pagans have discovered it was you who stole their artifacts. Both factions are very angry. However, they are willing to overlook your recent crimes if you are willing to aid them by performing specific tasks. Until then, beware, for they will attack you on sight. A Hammerite named Inspector Drept wrote this missive for me to deliver to you. I contacted a pagan shaman named Diane, and she agreed to post a similar note for you on the outskirts of the pagan territory in the docks. I have done what I can to aid you. Farewell, and good luck. Did you need something, Garrett?
May you find the balance every
Great.
day.
The Hammers and Pagans are mad at me because of jobs I did for the Keepers. I better find out what they want and then decide whether or not I want to bother trying to improve their opinion of me.
So, faction reputation, basically. That makes me feel good about avoiding stealing here. Garrett, the prescribed penalty for your crimes against us is death. However, I have convinced the Hammerite clergy to grant thee lenience, provided thou first perform enough of the following acts of atonement. First, the rust mites are large, gold-colored bugs that feed upon metal and undo our work. We hereby grant thee the builder's blessing to destroy them with your arrows. Secondly, thou canst smite the undead, for they are most abhorrent to us. For each of these tasks thou accomplish, your standing with the Hammer Order will increase a small amount. Whereas stealing from us or attacking any Hammerite will assuredly decrease your standing. The choice is thine. At present, any Hammerite will attack thee on sight if they find you on the city streets. If thou increase thy standing with us sufficiently, we will allow thee to pass unharmed. Do as many of these favors, and thou wilt be considered an ally and allowed into the Fort Ironwood in the Old Quarter. Lastly, it is my custom to ask everyone with whom I speak if they have seen a sort of hag, or heard rumors of an old grey lady near the scene of a gruesome crime. So, 'twould be a great favor to me to tell what you know. It's my life's ambition to find the hag, but my misfortune to always be 10 steps behind her. My workshop is located in Oldale, near the pub. The Hammer Priests have blessed your bow with the ability to destroy rust mites. Shoot them with broadhead arrows. Okay. Upgrades. Interesting. So, would we get favors with the pagans too if we get the reputation to go up? By the way, I don't have to stay here anymore. Okay, Keeper Council report. Keeper Rafe will be allowed to return to the Sunken Citadel in an effort to retrieve what he believes to be the lost glyph key that opens the compendium. We know all this, so we basically visited this earlier.
I can say no more.
So where exactly is the exit? So we're somewhere here now. Dining hall dormitory, haven't seen those. North. We want to get out. Artemis. The passage I ascribed below is all I could find on the subject you requested. Keeper Belia said there were other books, but we could not find them. Ah yes, the Sanctions. Yes. I suppose we should try to go to the docks as soon as possible. See what we can do for the pagans. Still, solve for now. I can't see the goddamn coins. Emergency equipment, I assume. Food, money, basic equipment, some gold.
What am I gonna say to the captain? Captain, sir, the perpetrators somehow managed to, despite my best efforts, mind you, escape. Ah, crap.
They hammerize on the streets now. No, just little guards.
Last night.
Whatever.
Okay, I want to see what the pagans want me to do. Certainly we can keep killing those little bugs. That's not much of a job for us. Don't have much use for the broadhair arrows anyway, so we should go to the Black Alley, try to get rid of some of our equipment, buy water arrows, nothing.
I'm warning you. I'm calling for help right now.
How was your day?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, please feel free to continue your patrol.
No getting rid of those rats. They just keep it coming.
Are we looking for anything special tonight, sir?
Anything new? They have new stuff.
Take your time, look
Close
around.
mind.
Here at the
Gas
Well-Equipped Thief, we pride ourselves on stocking everything a person like yourself might need.
Gas bomb sounds like flash bomb of the olden days, plus and some water arrows. I have water arrows. Yeah.
Are we looking for anything special tonight, sir?
How many of these? It seems like 5 is the maximum you can have gas bombs. So I'm not sure we need to really buy more.
We hope you find everything you need. With this quarantine, we're cut off from our regular suppliers for a while.
30 arrows.
We hope you find everything you need.
Yeah. So, the way I play, at least these missions seem to be that we are certainly earning much more than we are ever going to need, really.
I gotta say, I'm still hurting all over from that roughing up I got.
4,000 cash. Still? Pagans. Pagans, pagans, pagans.
Hello there.
Hello.
Nothing there after all.
Yep.
There. Something. Nothing. Probably jumpy from the coffee.
Probably.
That really tears it.
Okay. There was supposed to be a message for us at the edge of the pagan territory here.
The docks, the poor part of town, full of cramped tenements and surly residents. I wouldn't come here looking for a helping hand, but it's the right place to hire a few murderous thugs, or for those who are in the market for something rare and exotic. Precious imports from ships are stored here until they're moved to more wealthy districts, so the docks can be a good place to rob, as long as you keep an eye out for fishy characters, and of course, the city watch. The quarantine still has the docks cut off from the other districts, but the Keeper door glyph got me past the gates. Working with the Keepers isn't all bad, I guess, and I have a hunch I'm in the right place to return the favor. If the Keepers are right, and there's a dark age coming, then docks is where to start searching for it. It's about as dark as this city gets.
Pagans. I'm probably there. So east and south. Eyes on nose. Don't want to go into the pagan territory now that they're starting to murderize it.
Who's that? Let me get a look at you. You must be that fella Garrett. Fancy yourself a famous thief, I hear, but that don't impress me. Anyway, famous or no, old Dahlia will take care of you. If you've got artwork to sell, this is the place. But no funny business, got it? I'm not much for handing out compliments, but no regular thief could have nabbed this much.
So we have about 6,000 go. No real uses for it. Still, better to have extra than find out you are in need and can't afford anything. So.
What be's that, you havers?
A lettering from Diane. I'd be sticking it up here so them thiever Garrett, he be's reading it.
Him? Be's I want to deading him, not leaves him letters.
Me too. But Diane says him could be of using to us. Her says no kill. Not yet.
Be's you think him will reads them letter?
Be's not matter what I thinks. Diane thinkers him will, and Diane be's always right.
Huh. Something's.
I be's here's
what
that,
be's
whatever
that
you
I
be's.
sawed? finders. I be finders, you.
Garrett, my visionings show that it beast was you who taketh them Jack Noel's paw from us. This crime be punishable by deaths, but we best knowing Victoria would want to find another way. We offers you this deal. First you do her some things for us, then we let you live. We have enchanting your bow, so you can't do us these favors. First, these many cornerstones in them city that we have ready for you to make greeting. You best will know which cornerstones because they have green sea markings. Use your mossing arrows on them, then our magic's vines best will grow there. Second, we best have elemental cocoons in our territories, shaped like the crescent moon and best the height of a man. Fire your elemental arrows into them, one of each type per day, and best will add to their strengthening. Then, when you do one of these favors, your standing with us best will improve a little. You best not attack any us pagans or steal from our territories, or we best decreasing your standing with us. Now you best our enemy, and you best attacked by any pagan you finds you on them city head streets. Best you do us enough favors, we best will not attack her you on them streets. But best you do us very many favors, and you best our friend and ally. We best lets you into our territories. Best your choice. Woodsy Priestess. Pagans have given your bow the ability to grow vines from cornerstones marked with green symbols. Shoot the cornerstone. Those? Or is this just big old pagan territory marking? Doesn't look like a cornerstone really. I'm not quite sure what they refer to. I'm guessing this is more of a general marking that this is where this pagan territory starts.
Very soon, you know.
What is that?
Somebody bees was here. Oh, but them's be gone now.
That are the markings or an arrowhead?
IBs get on with workings now.
Probably an arrowhead. Anyway. So we're ready with the Docks districts. I just don't understand what's the benefit of going into the pagan districts. For example, be allied with them if we can't actually steal anything from them. Might as well take a little bit more of a look here. The objective is the Abysmal Gale. But I'd like to actually start the mission on the next time instead of wandering around the streets.
Looks like I've found the entrance to the sunken citadel Keeper Rafe talked about in his journal. According to him, the glyph key disappeared underground sometime.
Did not want to come here. Although, not sure if going to the Plague Ship is any kind of a better choice. I do want to visit the other shop here. If it's zombies, we're going to need either holy water or fire arrows. I think we have a few fire arrows. Yeah, 3 isn't exactly a lot much.
The store here in the docks is a great place to shop for interesting items.
And thank you for shopping at the Undercurrent. Sam Swarthy, proprietor, at your service. I've been working on a motto, but it ain't done yet. So just get shopping.
Oil might not be a bad idea. Climbing gloves.
Hi there.
Holy
Welcome
shit.
to the Undercurrent. Let me know if I can help you find anything. And don't break nothing you can't pay for. Got it?
It's only possible to buy one, so I'm guessing it's one-time equipment. With these gloves, you can climb any surface made of stone, blocks, or bricks. Jump into walls, climb them. Yeah, that's incredibly useful. Arrows. Yeah, if we are gonna go into the ship. Ooh, flashbacks will probably work too. How many can we get? 7 more, so 20 in total. They seem to work on undead in general. So I'll take a few more, yes.
Did you find everything you want? This ain't the fanciest star, but it's what I got.
About 15 fire arrows maximum.
Come again, and have a nice day.
Yeah, I'll buy 8 more. So now we have another reason to
cover your mouth if you cough. There's a quarantine, you know. And I ain't buying that zombie ship explanation. It's the plague.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
At least we have a reason to silver practice luck. Reason to gather more cash. At the same time, why would I want to buy practice locks when there are massively useful things like climbing gloves?
And I ain't buying that zombie ship explanation.
Okay, that would so explain why there are no rope arrows. How about oil? We could burn them to death. It's not that expensive either. But I don't think we need any new things. We have quite a lot of flash bombs, quite a lot of
Welcome. Hope you find everything you need.
Okay. Stone or brick, we can climb. That's interesting.
That sure is a fine-looking plant. Sure would spruce up my place a bit. Too bad I can't bring it home.
Wouldn't want it in my place. Only reason it's here is because they think it could be dangerous.
Dangerous? You mean poisonous or all prickly or something?
No. Don't you ever listen to the captain. The pagans were pretty upset when we got to it before them. They were gonna plant it someplace special or something. I figure it's got some pagan witchery attached to it.
Oh, I see. Or I don't. It don't make sense. Why'd we take their plant away, even if it is a bit witchy? They got all kinds of herby plants, and I don't see us holding them under lock and key.
because the Hammerites tipped off the captain. Said the pagans were gonna use it for no good or something. This here's some kind of extra rare type of greenery. Anyway, them Hammers is so scared of it, they wanted to burn it up in one of their furnaces. Would have too, except the captain wanted to get to the bottom of things, and so locked it up here instead.
Don't that mean that both the pagans and the Hammers will be angry with the Cappy? At us? Maybe even, try and break in and get it?
Didn't think of it that way, but yeah, I guess you're right. Keep watching back, eh, Freddy?
Yeah, you too. You too.
Probably a good way to get faction reputation with one of the factions. But I'm not sure we should get involved. Pagans sapling. Pagans want it planted in their hideouts. Hammers want it burned, which can be done in the tablet. So I think I'm not sure I want to pick sides. I don't really care if we get allied with either faction, but I want to get to a non-hostile status. So I think we're going to try to do favors for both. At the same time, we're not at any cost. It's gonna create noise.
Smells like trouble.
Faction status change. Can I see my faction status somewhere? Neutral, hostile. Recent changes. Kill thrust mites. Recent changes. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're going to do this pointless busy work to at least get non-hostile status.
Aw, come on now. I ain't got all night.
Yes, actually you do, but okay, we're here. We need to get there, there. Abysmal Gale. Not sure how swimming is gonna work here. He sees us, we're just gonna run.
A lot of noise from someone who's trying to hide. Yeah, there must be some mistake. I know I heard someone.
Give up. What? That's pathetic. That is incredibly pathetic. I expected there would be some kind of limitations on how you can do it, so you can't just swim around past everything. But holy shit, that was beautiful. Wow. 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 I guess the harbor waters are a bit toxic. That is a huge negative on the game. Suddenly the master swimmer is going to drown immediately if he touches water.
There it is again. Nothing there. No, not that I wouldn't be ready for anything.
I see something sparkle here.
Evening. Hope you trip.
Not the guards.
Sure are a lot of them. What? What's all this? Someone looking for trouble tonight.
Yeah, we screwed up.
I'd better search those shadows.
Don't think that's a good idea. You should give up right about now.
Stop hiding now. Hiding never solved anything. Leave it, mate. Nobody's here anymore for us to find. How goes? Evening.
Ah, crap. Yeah, we need to move across the pier, so I think it might be better for us to just run at this point, really. Because there's a lot of areas to hide again, but there's also a very great chance we'll get revealed here no matter what we do.
I told them, but no. They had to do it their own way. Would have saved them a lot of trouble, a lot. If they'd just listened to me in the first place. Nice night. What's with the friendly bit? Can't you see? It's nothing. Just try to relax, will you? Or it's gonna be a long, long night.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
House bells! Here's the intruder. Let's get him! I see him! Let's get him!
Run for
That's
your
right!
lives!
You coward! Look so smug! I'll get to you eventually! Hey you! You're not hiding, are you? What? Gone!
Can't climb. It will have a mind. Place with extra loot. Brother Vault. It has come to our attention that the pagans are after a small tree that recently arrived by boat to thy district docks. It is imperative they don't obtain it. If this anything like the pagan magics thus far, it will be bad for us indeed. The cursed thing is being held by the city watch. Methinks they must side with the pagans, or perhaps greed has overcome their sense of righteousness. If thou thinkest an offer of more money would set things all right, then 'twould be a good plan. Brother Ondilot thinkest we should burn the tree in a furnace. that the furnace, most blessed vessel of the will of the Master Builder, will destroy the tree and consume its terrible magics. Is a furnace in the tavern there in the docks, and perhaps, by the Builder's grace, will do the job, though this is a poor substitute for a hammerite furnace. Rather constant. I suppose we are in the tavern then.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Probably whatever it was has moved on.
Are we still in someone else's room? Yeah, it's night time, so I have to assume so. Looks like hammerite. I don't think I want to cause troubles here. Really hammerite though. The City Chronicle Extra. Doomed vessel arrives in docks. The merchant ship Abysmal Gale floated into port on Sunday with its captain and crew of 28 other missing or dead. Witnesses say the vessel, formerly under the command of Captain Robert Mora, seemed to steer on its own. Now under a City Watch investigation, the curious are warned to keep their distance from the boat. Officer Dirk Lemar explains, "With this here cursed ship, you got your zombies, you got your ghosts, plus all the dangers of a regular ship. Drowning, splinters, what have you. With that said, this is one reporter that will indeed be keeping her distance. Additional reports indicate the possibility that undead who disembarked from the vessel may be congregating in or around the sewers." Nothing really says hammerite on that woman. I think I'm gonna assume she's not. Which means we might as well get some of that sweet, sweet treasure from her.
Oh no!
A noise!
I've been robbed!
Why is this open?
But how?
Abysmal Gale. Wait. So I suppose we need to go a little bit west and south.
Nothing. Oh, look, the door's open. And we'll get blamed for it, just you wait and see. What the bloody? Should have run when you had the chance, Tapper. Had enough, I see. Nothing. Too clever for me, oh. Quiet. Ha! Someone.
Do you want to enter Abysmal Gale? Yes. So might as well start this then. Just to get rid of the guards. Joy.